We're coming to you live from beautiful Greater Palm Springs, California, bringing you Game 2 of the Acrisure Series, Acrisure Invitational. We are getting set to see the second half of our doubleheader between the University of Washington and Colorado State. The winner of this game will meet Santa Clara tomorrow in the championship game. With that, we welcome you courtside alongside Washington Wizards analyst extraordinaire. She is Christy Winter-Scott. I am Cindy Brunson, and we are so very glad to have you along the way. The third member of our broadcast team is Autumn Johnson. She'll be along in just a bit. Great Asabor does so many things well for the University of Washington. What is it about him defensively that makes him special?
Well, he's leading the Big Ten in rebounding with 11 per game, and you're looking at what Washington does as a whole. They're second best in offensive boards with 14 behind Illinois at 15 in the Big Ten. So he is establishing a possession every single time he's on the floor.
For CSU, it's all about the man who averages a double-double, Nate Clifford.
Well, it's going to be a battle of the boards between those two. He averages 10 boards and 18 points. So whoever can win the battle of possessions from the glasswork in this game will probably benefit with the dub.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Paramount Plus. It is so great to see Rashawn Bemba back in the starting lineup for Colorado State. He has been out with injury, so he is back and better than ever. Zoom Diallo, keep an eye on that kid. I say that not just because he's from Tacoma, Washington, and I am too, but he's got a lot of talent. Our officiating crew, led by crew chief Bert Smith, Devin White, and Jason Garrettson. We're ready to tip it up here at center court. And the tip goes to the Rams. Colorado State wearing the home white jerseys trimmed in green, complemented with gold. The Huskies wearing the purple and gold jerseys.
Well, Washington starts out in a man-to-man defense, and what Colorado State loves to do well, they love to make the extra pass, averaging 19 assists coming into this one.
Casey Evans getting it done. Kyan Evans off the window.
And nice patience and poise, and they look really together and on a string with some fluidity on that offensive possession to score in the paint.
Lots of movement from the Dogs, and too many steps is the call. Washington comes into this game 4 up and 1 down on the young season. Colorado State 3-2, but the Rams have bragging rights coming into this matchup because they are perfect so far against UW, 3-0 all time.
Well, Washington is only averaging 75 points per game. One of 3 teams to be averaging that in the Big Ten, so we're going to look for them to try to get organized and get established offensively as they try to blitz and rotate defensively on this possession.
Casey Evans.
And that's just a tough bucket there by Evans right in the middle of the painted area, applying that pressure to the defense on the interior for the Huskies.
Really 4-0 lead for Colorado State. Head coach Nico Medvedev will celebrate career win 200 if the Rams prevail against the Huskies.
Well, block-to-block down screen, America's play by Washington.
Harris, wet. Tyler Harris getting it done.
Good patience, got a piece of the second side and an extra reversal. But block-to-block and then a down screen action afforded the spacing.
Rebounding is Harris, and running are the Huskies.
We're looking for patience here, trying to massage the defense down and attack the middle.
Diallo, triple, off the glass.
Goodbye. Well, that was unexpected, but put it in the bag and go the other way with it.
Diallo right at the rim. Lake got nothing. And Diallo, a little 5-0 personal run for him.
Diallo with a crafty serpentining finish in transition. Just what Washington needed to get things going in terms of their offensive rhythm.
Huskies on an 8-0 run, thanks in large part to Diallo. Evans kicking it. 3 too strong from Crocker Johnson.
for Johnson, who's a lefty, and he loves that left side to attempt those triple tries.
3 on the way. Splash! Harris joining the three-point party.
Nice rhythm on that triple by Harris. A 43% shooter from range. Snapped that one home.
Huskies looking very comfortable here in the Greater Palm Springs, California area. That 3 short by KC. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will belong to the Huskies.
Well, what do you need to do to get things going offensively? Make the extra one more pass, swing it over to the side, and get a 3 to fall for you, and then push tempo. Look at this crafty finish inside, splitting the wickets in the hoop and the harm. Don't worry about the whistle. You think about finishing the shot. The whistles will come if there's an infraction.
Louis Courtright bouncing inside to great Asabor, who lost the handle. Good defense by the Rams.
He was crowded. He had about 2.5 bodies walling him up in the paint, and that's what you want to do to a solid post player. You want to lock their feet so they can't square and move on you in there. Right, weak side cut. They're trying to get that pin down on the weak side.
Shot clock getting very low. Got to get it up. Lake does. And a huge rebound by Asabor. With that, we have begun game number 2, and it's a good start for the Dogs.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Dollar Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. You're so free. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
It's closed.
What about my letter?
Call Uncle Brian.
To the North Pole?
Emma!
The
No!
December to Remember sales event.
You did get my letter.
Get offers on select models.
Building Brothers Construction, a fierce and expanding fleet. Their motto, build it, they will come. Nope.
Not really ours.
What? The Pearsons, 2 kids, 1 dog, and a fish.
Awesome.
Like they say, from a smaller house to a baller house.
Can you never say that?
At Wonder Unlimited, things are looking up.
Acrosure, business and insurance solutions to help move you onward and upward.
How's the weather up there, Carol?
Weather up there. Come for the flight, stay for the lounge. Elevate your airport lounge experience with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Macaroni, the San Francisco treat.
Delicious macaroni. It's cheesy good.
You can call me Detective Alex Cross. You're not in my head. Oh, I'm definitely living rent-free.
Right here, right now. We'll show you how.
'Twas the night before Spriteness when Answer Claus came. Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry was the name of his game, and they heard him exclaim as he peeked out of sight.
Merry Sprite to all, and to all a good Sprite.
Basketball action. The Acrosure series is brought to you by Acrosure. Find your advantage today at acrosure.com. We know great Asabor has family probably watching across the pond. He's from Bradford, England. For more on how he contributes to the Huskies, here's the 3rd member of our broadcast team, our sideline shorty, Autumn Johnson.
Well, guys, with a name like Great Asabor, I had to do some digging and figure out where he got his first name from, and his dad is the mastermind behind it. When he found out he was having a son, he kept saying, God is great, and great stuck. But don't worry, Great doesn't feel the pressure of living up to his name. He's just focused on being himself, and it just follows. From an unknown talent out of England during COVID to one of the top players in the country, Great's journey has, well, been great. And he's done it with Coach Sprinkle by his side at 3 different schools, putting up some eye-popping stat lines along the way. Top 5 in the country in rebounds, amongst the best in the nation in steals. Great is definitely living up to his name.
Thanks so much for that, Autumn, and that is true. That ball slips out of the hands of Harris, so it will belong to the Rams. The point guard situation hasn't been solidified for the Washington Huskies to this point in the season. And the great thing about Asabor is he's kind of a point forward.
He is, and he can do multiple things well. He started his career at Montana State. And then went to Utah State for a couple of
Ooh, the hezzy finish. Okay, DJ Davis. The step through by Williams. Oh, teardrop me.
A super smooth two-step finish in transition. And that's just what Colorado State needs to pick up the pace and get those high percentage shots to fall for them.
That bucket ended a 13-0 UW run. Now easy at the basket. And a big block by Clifford, but the whistle blows.
Let's take a look. That straight line drive attempt was stolen, and now you can go the other way with it. And now you can control the tempo and the pace and get buckets free and easy in transition. You have to lean away from it to get it to go, but it dropped. And it's the manner at which you score, right? And the pace that you can control with your defensive energy that can be effective for your team.
Harris, a 79% free throw shooter, will get another. He had a season-high 27 points in the Huskies' last game against Alcorn State. He can light it up.
He's a 43% shooter from three, shoots well over 54% from two, so a reliable piece of offensive productivity for the Huskies for sure. He finds himself with the basketball in his hands a lot, as he should.
He split a pair. 14 and a half to go here in the first half of play. UW on top 14-6. Williams trying to make something happen. Tough shot. O-board though. Meet Clifford, baseline. And cleaned up his own mess.
A really tough finish inside. Clifford, we said that he is a do-it-all player, but he is a monster on the boards, and right there, shooters know where their shots are coming off, okay? And he was right there in front of the rim to get that one tipped back in for himself. And he averages a double-double, 18 points in those 10 boards. I like that battle of the glass in this game between he and Asabor.
Shot clock getting very low. Got to get it up. Davis, too short. Bourne, alley, and the play is completed on the soft touching.
You wanted to say alley-oop so bad.
I did,
So did I.
did.
It was an alley float. That's what that one was. Just dropped it in. Well, that was tough in transition. Once again for Colorado State.
Harris, baseline, that'll work.
Soft touch. Right there in that pinch post area, a couple steps off that lane line. And that could be a sweet spot. You don't have help coming.
Clifford inducing the foul on the drive.
Well, here comes the transition for the Rams. A little alley float situation. Yeah, get it right. Up off the back of the rim, and Plinko rolls right through the nets.
So Washington on top 16-10. The espresso kicked in or the tryptophan wore off for the Rams. Whatever case may be, Colorado State is back in this one big time. Morton turning no. Tough O-board. Jorgensen getting it done. Kyle, the freshman forward out of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Jorgensen with a nice baby hook right there, but he created that space with that body bump with that dribble. So dribble bump down on the post, clear your space, and drop it in with a high release. Nicely executed.
Williams with a strong rebound. Looking for teammates wearing white. Bourne, beautiful bounce pass to Jorgensen and an and one opportunity.
I love how Jorgensen squared his body to the backboard. He knew he was going to get hit. He saw the presence of the defense after that drop off to the weak side. And he was able to get a piece of the body as the airborne shooter and swell up afterwards, showing the passion and love that he has for the game.
And Bowen Bourne with the great vision to stay under control, and look for that great pocket pass to Jorgensen.
Well, that's what you want, right? You want to commit to the basketball with a strong dribble drive into the painted area. That's why you have to contain the paint as a defender so you don't have that kind of rotational challenge on the back end with not a lot of space to rotate to.
Colorado State has made 4 of its last 5 field goals. That pass almost picked off and then is, and ahead of the pack all alone, up and in. Jalen Lake eating. It is Thanksgiving after all, so why not? It is Colorado State up by 1 thanks to a 7-0 run over the last minute of play. Grab a snack and come on back. I bet that's a turkey dog, right? Since it's Thanksgiving.
Turkey burger or something.
Create those fans of college basketball early. Cheer on your favorite college basketball squad with officially licensed fan gear. For the best selection of team apparel and accessories, head to shopncaasports.com.
Super cute. Those Buddha Bears all.
It's a 7-0 run for Nico Medved's crew. How have the Rams gotten it done?
Well, they've gotten it done by attacking the paint, right? And they've gotten some runouts because of their defensive prowess. They've been able to get easy buckets in that regard. And they've rebounded the ball incredibly well. We said it was going to be a battle on the glass. You saw Osobor got returned into the lineup because of it. It's a possession battle, and that glass work means a lot, especially in a 1-point game. Right here, you're going to see the reach in, but got a piece of the body, and then diving on the ground, trying to secure the possession. Both players for both teams, and you love to see that urgency.
Bourne and Courtright getting locked up. Possession arrow pointing at the Huskies, so they've got the basketball. 11.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Great Osobor on the block, earning a trip to the free throw line.
Oh my gosh, impeccable footwork down inside by Osobor. Watch on the catch, watch his feet. He reads where the defense is, spins away from the possibility of a double team coming from that weak side in the middle, and goes baseline and gets tagged. Smart play.
Hits the free throw, which is a good sign because he goes to the free throw line a ton. Already 55 free throws attempted this season, but on the year, only shooting 54%.
Yeah, it's something to work on. There's always an aspect of your game that you can sharpen and enhance as the year progresses. And just get on in that gym and get the reps and make sure your mechanics are proper.
Too strong on the second one, so he splits a pair. We're tied at 17 here in the first half of a semifinal game. Santa Clara awaiting the winner today to meet them in the championship game tomorrow. Lake is wet. See what I did there?
You know what? I do see what you did right there. Oh, yep. But that was a great screen at the top to clear that cross-match situation. And Osobor didn't close out tightly enough. He wasn't in drop covers, but he was too far away to contest.
Louis a little too strong with more on Lake. Let's kick it over to Autumn Johnson.
Well, since it is Thanksgiving, we got to talk about family, right? Jalen Lake has a very close relationship with his mom. They both have something in common, too. They're both ballers. She played at Texas Tech and was Miss Texas basketball in 1995 at Duncanville High School. And they talk after every single game, and she gets onto him about his defense, guys.
You know Julie is proud of her baby boy.
Oh, I love that so much. That's where Tamika Catchings went. That's also where Ariel Atkins went, 2 players in the WNBA ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that mom and son connection with hoops. And the ability to check in.
Thank you, Title IX.
Absolutely.
10.5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Thanks for that report, Autumn. Casey Evans throws up a prayer that is not answered. Colorado State, I'm surprised, not shooting from 3. They are a perfect 4 for 4 from distance. Big part of the reason why the Rams have the lead, 20-17.
I love that Osobor can get the ball off the glass and then be an initiator offensively. He doesn't have to wait for the point guard to give it to him and then fill the lanes.
Almost lost the handle. Shot clock into single digits. Courtright for 3. Hoop wouldn't have it. Clifford's got the rebound.
high ball screen in transition, and he got pulled down.
Bodies fly, and a whistle blows. Courtright wants an explanation. Here's what happened.
Yeah, there was a screen being set, and then he kind of pulled his shirt and pulled him down. And you're trying to set the screen, okay, and stay connected so you can roll off and create that mismatch. Courtright tried to not have that be the case and displaced him.
Offensive foul is the call. Lake thought he had some daylight, did a little too much.
Yeah, Lake led with the basketball right there. We'll take a look. That second line of defense is pushed off with that right arm. There was contact and an extension, and that's why he was whistled for that infraction.
9.5 minutes to go, first half. Nice job on the glass by the Rams. Tyree Iheanacho unable to connect, and another whistle. And this one will give the Huskies the basketball back, an offensive foul.
2 in a row, and you're really trying to take away that paint, and you like to see that defensively for your team to be on a string in that way and rotating at the proper time.
So Clifford will get a blow. He averages nearly 19 points and 10 rebounds a game, so he won't be on the bench long.
No, he shoots 60% from the floor as well, so clearly an offensive asset for his team.
Osobor, a little too much mustard on that pass. Or should I say mayonnaise because of Thanksgiving? I don't know.
No, you should say mustard.
Okay, I got you. I just want to be a holiday theme correct here with my condiments. Anything that makes you laugh is what I go for. That's seriously. Colorado State with the basketball and the lead. No points for the Rams in the last couple of minutes. Lake trying to change that. Ball goes out of bounds. Big body defense by Osobor.
Yeah, Osobor, we said, okay, yes, he leads the Big Ten in rebounds with 11, but he also leads the Big Ten defensively with 3.5 steals per game as well. So he is a staunch defender, and not just with his ability to stop possessions with his rebounding ability, but he can steal the ball as well. And his big presence, you saw what happened on that last possession defensively for the team.
Trying to thread the needle, but the Huskies run out of real estate.
Colorado State, the Rams doing a good job of disrupting and taking away the first couple of actions that Washington was trying to get to there in the quarter court.
Danny Sprinkle in his first year at the University of Washington. He knows his team likes block parties. They're 6th in the nation with 6.6 blocks per game.
Dribble handoff, trying to turn the corner and create a mismatch. Trying to get Washington in rotation here.
Shot clock getting low. Memba has it poked away. Alley-oop doesn't work. And the Rams are in business. Baseline, 3 on the way, too strong. And with that, we will step aside.
It was almost a really pretty alley-oop, but next time it'll go in for him.
Welcome back to Acrisure Arena. Thanks for spending part of your Thanksgiving holiday with us. The Acrisure series is brought to you by Monopoly Go, where friendship pays.
Yeah, that was the shoe playing Monopoly.
I was always the top hat, and I know why you were the shoe. Don't miss the Black Friday deal from Max. Just $2.99 a month for 6 months. Applies to with ads plan only. That offer ends on Monday, so get to your device and order now. Terms at max.com. Danny Sprinkle has got to figure out how to energize his offense. UW 0 for its last 4.
Yeah, they need some buckets.com, and they've got to get it done. by getting some stops on the defensive end and maybe trying to get some easy buckets first, because Colorado State has done a good job of taking away what they like to do, and that is attack that elbow and get 2 feet in the paint.
Had to get it up because the shot clock was about to expire, and the Huskies are on the run. Iheanacho getting it over to you-know-who, Tyler Harris.
Keep giving him the basketball if he's going to pay it off like that. Second in the Big Ten in blocks per game, but he can knock in those triples with ease.
Jorgensen up high. 7 minutes to go in the half. And that's the first miss from distance for Colorado State. Diallo kicking it to the hot hand. Heat check 3 won't fall. Rams get the rebound.
Sorry.
Casey Evans hangs and hits.
Even with the footwork disruption, he was able to finish up top. I thought he took off on the wrong foot because of that. It didn't matter.
Osobor, no. And it just rims out. Iheanacho, too strong. The verticality of these athletes is impressive, and the thievery from Tyler Harris.
Osobor looking frustrated there after missing 2 bunnies.
He smoked him. He's right there.
Yeah, Smokey Robinson right in there. But you got to go up with 2 hands, even with the shot.
Diallo, nifty move, couldn't finish. Rams pushing pace. Crocker Johnson at the rim.
Yeah, Osobor couldn't get back. He didn't fill the lane defensively, and he looked over at the coaching staff and put the fist up. Like he needs a little break right here before halftime.
5.5 minutes to go before we hit the half. Harris is not going to miss from there.
Tough take. Tested by 2 right there at the rack.
Harris now with a dozen. Colorado State leading 24-22. Another turnover. Diallo with a man to beat. Rebound putback doesn't fall as well.
We talked about Osobor leading the Big Ten in steals. He just snatched the ball right out of his hands.
Under 5 minutes to go. This first 20 minutes has been back and forth. Crocker Johnson back to Jorgensen. Shot clock into single digits. Jorgensen recognizing and firing, too strong. And a nice rebound by Harris. Sophomore guard, the transfer from Portland.
There was a miscommunication defensively with Osobor. Colorado State just couldn't pay it off.
Iheanacho, known for being a defensive first guy, showing us some offense as well. Harris. Iheanacho with the shot clock getting low. Gotta go. Battle for the rebound won by Jorgensen. Woo, the line for the ice bath. It will be long after this one.
Well, I tell you what, Washington has missed a ton of opportunities right down inside the paint, inside that restricted area. And I'm sure that's going to be discussed at halftime. You got to be balanced in there. You can't just use your hands. You got to get underneath those shots in a crowd and power those shots in and use the window.
Osobor coming up with the steal. He's the only player in the nation with multiple 6-steal games coming into this one. Corner 3, off the mark. Jace Butler couldn't connect. Ball goes out of bounds. And with that, we'll step aside. How about sharing is caring? Gotta love it. Rams on top by a deuce. Here at the Acrisure Series, the Acrisure Invitational. Picture postcard perfect scenery here in Greater Palm Springs. So visit, proud sponsor of the Acrisure Series. Find your oasis in Greater Palm Springs. Ooh, I love a hot air balloon ride. Have you ever been up in one of those?
I have not.
Oh, you got to do it.
No.
It's unbelievable.
I have bad nerves. I don't know how I would do it.
Whatever you
I like
do
looking at them.
to calm your nerves, do that and
So
then
real good.
get airborne because it is a sensational experience.
No,
It's been a great day for Harris at the off as he leads all scorers with 14 points. In fact, he's the only player we have in double figures because our basketball game turned into kind of a rock fight.
Yeah, it's a rock fight. We're looking at Colorado State with 24 points. 20 of those 24 have come inside the painted area. So they have been in full-blown attack mode. And Washington needs to join that party. Just 4 paint points so far.
Walker Johnson with the denial. Washington getting offense out of Harris, 5 of 6 shooting. The rest of the team, 3 of 18. 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. That 3 ball is in and out. Crocker Johnson, rebound, putback is good. He found his way around the big body of Wilhelm Breidenbach.
Now, blocks turn into buckets if you're Colorado State. And yet another paint point for them.
The lead is 4 for the Rams. Harris has been on a bit of a heater here in the first half of play.
Really good defensive energy, closing gaps to attack. Look at Washington, they can't get downhill. That's why they can't get a piece of the paint, they're closing it off.
That was to beat the shot clock, and Breidenbach saves it for the Dogs. Another bite at the offensive apple. Inside, nice cut by King.
And that's what they need more of, those slice cuts. Those dribble drives to the paint are being rolled off very well defensively.
Christian King, the redshirt forward out of Kirkland, Washington. Redshirt freshman getting it done. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Crocker Johnson doesn't get the roll, and the Dogs have an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Harris stepping through. About the only thing that hasn't worked for him today leads to another Rams opportunity. Here Nico Medved yelling, fix it, fix it, fix it. Get ready on the offensive end. Nice pass, Crocker Johnson using glass.
Solid connectivity and fluidity. The spacing on that possession in particular by Colorado State afforded them yet another crack at it in the paint.
Breidenbach working hard down low, only to get denied. Ball goes out of bounds.
Well, watch this defensive effort right here. Gobbled up with the block and then down on the other side amongst the trees. A nice completion of the play and a nice slip cut to the rack for another deuce inside.
Crocker Johnson earning that rest as he takes a seat. Huskies go back to work on offense, trailing by 4. Iheanacho, the hezzy, Breidenbach missing everything. Colorado State bench loving that, applauding the defense. I love the goggles, but maybe he needs to get that prescription adjusted.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, that was, whoo, goodness.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1 of 3 from 3 coming into this game, so not out of his wheelhouse. But that shot was definitely, he wasn't ready with his legs on that shot to get the lift, to get underneath of it.
Great Osobor is at the scorer's table, ready to check in at a dead ball. Williams. O-board opportunity not squandered because the Huskies tipped it. Coach Sprinkle wasn't sure about that call as he hands the ball back to the referee. Good news for Coach Sprinkle. Great is back on the floor.
Osobor, he's just such a presence and a force on the interior for the Huskies.
Shot clock low. Jorgensen recognized. And the shot clock is off for the Huskies as they'll have the final possession, if they desire, here to end this first half of play.
Let's see if they can get a nice high ball screen, try to get the ball in the hands of Osobor on the interior to try to create some interior presence and productivity on the offensive end.
UW trying to beat Colorado State for the first time in 4 tries. That'll help. Asabor getting it done.
Absolutely, as he should have.
Good if it goes, and it does not. That is how our first half ends. A flurry of buckets. Colorado State leading 28-26. UW just 2 of its last 11 from the floor, but that last bucket by Asabor was pretty.
Yeah, and I knew they had to get the basketball in his hands, get the ball inside. They need to start the second half the same way.
Our Autumn Johnson is standing by with head coach Nico Medved.
Coach Nico, you guys are owning the paint with 24, however, taking it away as well for Washington. Only 10 points in the paint. How are you making it life difficult for them?
I think we're doing a pretty good job. Our transition defense has been pretty good. We're doing a good job of guarding the ball and, being active in the gaps. I mean, this is a team that's really good in the lane and they're really good in the post. And so that's where it starts for us. And I think so far we've also done a really good job on the defensive glass. But we can't turn the ball over. I mean, we've had plenty of stops, and I don't know if we have 9, 10 turnovers, and that's too many against a team like this. So got to keep guarding, clean up the turnovers, and we got an opportunity.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach. Nick, you only have 8 turnovers, so it's not as bad as you think as he chases career win number 200. That'll do it for us for now. It's time to head to Atlanta and the studio show.
And knocking them down. They need to do more of that and get him more touches.
He leads all scorers with 14 big points for the Huskies. Alongside Christy Winter-Scott, I'm Cindy Brunson. It's time to introduce you to the third member of our broadcast team. Autumn Johnson just caught up with Coach Sprinkle.
Coach Sprinkle, what did you tell your team at the half in the locker room?
Yeah, I think we're missing a lot of chippies. We missed a lot of layups. They got us a little bit in transition defense and with some effort plays, which we have to clean up. We're lucky to be down 2 right now with as many layups as we missed. But we got to get some confidence and we got to be more aggressive.
I want to talk about the paint, 10-24 right now. What's the adjustment on both ends?
Yeah, they're probably being a little more physical, a little more aggressive, especially they're getting us in transition right now. So we got to send 3 guys back and do a better job stopping the basketball.
Thank you.
8 Division I players in the transfer portal. UW's lone loss to Mountain West Nevada coming in. So maybe it's a Mountain West kind of deal with the Huskies as they try to get sorted at the half and earn a spot in the championship game against Santa Clara. Of course, the Rams want to be there too. We're ready to start the second half. Steve, what adjustments do you expect to see from both teams?
Well, maybe some zone. Maybe some zone. You want to take away the paint. They have found tremendous success and found their rhythm. You got to take that away. You have to do what other teams don't like done to them. You got to take away their sweet spots. 24 of 28 points. I don't know if I've seen that.
Right?
Like the majority of your entire offensive productivity has come inside. So maybe some jump defense, maybe something to take away the dribble drive and the dump offs that have been created. But they're going to have to stay on a string defensively to take away the ease of access to the paint and the rack.
Colorado State with the ball and the lead at the elbow. Evans is short. Battle for the rebound. Ball dribbles out of bounds and will stay with Colorado State.
Well, it has to be shell drill mentality. Everybody does the shell drill, all the coaches know. You got to take that away, and you can see Washington doing a better job of staying outside the lane line in terms of that dribble drive coming their way.
Asabor taking up a lot of real estate down low. Crocker Johnson, no. Battle for the rebound, won by the Dogs.
And now can you stack stops? You got 1, can you get 3 more in a row, and can you score down here 4 times in a row? That's how you gain that leverage necessary to get the momentum back.
Colorado State trying to shake off a lost Friday night. That'll help. Louis Courtright getting it done for the Dogs. Colorado State losing in overtime to UC Riverside, and that's a splash.
Yeah, that screen assist, you got to give that to Clifford, and now tempo control.
Rashawn Bemba couldn't even celebrate his 3 because great Osabor beat him down the floor.
Yeah, those first 3 steps in transition, that's where you win that race.
And it'll be Neek Clifford earning a trip to the free throw line. He only played 8 minutes in the first half, got into foul trouble right about the halfway point of that first half. What did the Rams miss without Neek on the floor.
A 60% field goal shooter from the floor and a 46% three-point shooter as well, but I mean, he's averaging a double-double. So you're missing everything, right? You're missing those stops with those rebounds, but you're also missing his scoring prowess.
He's got 3 points on the day. He averages nearly 19.
And you saw on that last possession, he was the screener on the lane line. So you're missing a screen assist guy, not just a scorer, but someone who sets up your offense and allows it to run with some fluidity to it.
Second freebie rattles home, so Colorado State is up to 33-31. Nice bounce pass. Osobor kicks it back. Court right. Fakes. Too strong. Great kicking it to Harris. That'll work. Harris has 17.
I love it. He doesn't need much time. Maybe they just need to go through him and put Osobor and Harris on the same side of the court and make the defense choose how they're going to guard it.
Neek has his shot blocked. Harris waiting for teammates.
Yeah, there they are on the same side of the floor. You're not going to help off of him. Osobor, if he gets down on the block and get the entry pass in there, you're not going to get a double team coming his way from the block.
Diallo lost the handle. Luckily, Harris was there, but he couldn't connect.
But I like the setup, and I like the organization by Washington offensively, even though they missed that shot. I like the establishment of the challenge for the defense for the Rams.
Huskies with a 1-point lead and another block. UW showing everybody why they dominate in the standings when it comes to blocks in the country. And a flex finish. Nice job, Tyree Iheanacho.
He got right into the chest, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do in transition, especially when someone's riding along on your hip. Take it right to him.
Off the curl, late.
Switching 1 through 5, and Osobor again got stuck in a cross match, and they drove right at his hip. And here's the float is off, and then the extra pass to Harris tickles the nets nicely. And then in transition, no fear, you're not fading away from any contact. You're gonna go right into it.
Iheanacho getting it done.
That's close to 5.
I was just gonna say, I was counting in my head. I didn't want to say anything because I knew the whistle was gonna blow.
I was at about 4.8 in my head. It's tight, but really good defense.
That's that coach's clock in your head.
Hey, you can feel it. It's a feel.
So UW has the ball and the lead. Scoring has been tough to come by here in the second half of our doubleheader. In the spin cycle is great, and Osobor has an opportunity for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
And he can do that every single time down until there is a counter to how they are guarding him. But right here, look at the spin, getting a piece of the body, maintaining that contact and finishing, and put the jacket on with it. A nice and cold move on this holiday Thursday. Thanksgiving is here for Osobor.
Welcome back to Acrisure Arena. The Acrisure Series is brought to you by Greater Palm Springs, proud sponsor of the Acrisure Series. Find your oasis in Greater Palm Springs. This is a great vacation destination, especially for this holiday basketball tournament. It is great. Osobor at the free throw line, trying to add to this Huskies 8-0 run over the last buck and a half. What's been different for the Dogs, Christy?
Well, I think they're trying to be intentional about getting the ball inside. I think Osobor needs to get more touches down in there. And as I said, I want to see Harris and Osobor on the same side and really force tough decisions defensively to be made by Colorado State.
16 and a half to go. Neek Clifford playing with 3 fouls. Gives it up. Jorgensen. That doesn't work. Clifford there with the rebound, and a whistle blows.
Tangled up down in there.
Harris picking up the personal foul. That's just his first.
I like this matchup. Harris and Clifford.
Oh. Jorgensen, mouse in the house, and he can't take advantage. Good defense by Louis Courtright. Davis.
A deep triple try there by DJ Davis.
Casey Evans kicks it out. Clifford in the corner, no. And Osabor clears. Huskies on top 39-33, looking to join the Santa Clara Broncos in tomorrow's championship game. Osabor, nice move, and earns a trip to the free throw line again. Great, getting it done for the Dogs with 8 points, looking for more. Oh, it is a happy Thanksgiving for those little Sparkies, having some fun wearing their Colorado State gear. Cheer on your favorite college basketball squad with officially licensed fan gear. For the best selection of team apparel and accessories, head to shopncaasports.com.
Beauty faces.
Oh, that face. Come on now. You know that young one probably gets everything he wants. Pretty please. Osabor can't connect on the first free throw attempt. Trying to add to this Huskies 8-0 run. The shooting has been dicey for Colorado State here in this half. Just 1 for 8 from the floor.
Yeah, and that's a struggle. I mean, both teams are trying to attack that painted area. You saw what Colorado State was able to do in that first half. Trying to fix it.
Osabor just missed a pair. He only shoots 54% from the free throw line on the season. He was unable to add to this Huskies run. Bourne, splash.
That's a great read off that double screen up top. They call it a drag screen when two players are right there at the elbow. And they utilize that perfectly.
For more on Bowen Bourne, let's check in with Adam Johnson.
Clutch shot from him, and also he might have won Teammate of the Year with this one. He gave each player on the team a special gift, a customized bobblehead designed by none other than Bowen himself. He spent the last couple of months customizing them out of clay, personalizing everything from hair and accessories to eye color, each one unique to each player. And the team was really shocked and absolutely loved how spot on they were, but he did say this is something that they can take with them forever and remember their time as a Ram, and it was a way for him to show appreciation to these guys.
Ooh, he can shoot the leather off the basketball and create bobbleheads. That's talent.
But I like the sentiment behind it.
Yes.
And that's just very sweet. Something to always remember your moments here. I mean, if you've ever played any sport collegiately, you want to remember all the special times, and not just on the court or on the field, but with your teammates.
Osabor's 2 free throws adding to the lead, and traveling is the violation, so it will be Huskies basketball. Nico Medved 1 win away from career victory number 200. He would love to pick it up here on Thanksgiving. Washington on top 41-36 thanks to a little 9-0 run as both teams came out of the locker room a little slow. Huskies found some juice behind Osabor. Harris almost had his pocket picked, and then the whistle blows.
Yeah, Morton got right up underneath of him. And he did hit at the ball going up, which was proper, but he got a piece of the hand in doing so. If you hit down, you're almost 99% going to be whistled for the foul, but sometimes if you catch the dribble on the way up and try to hit it towards the ceiling, you have a better chance at not fouling.
3 on the way, too strong. DJ Davis missed out on that opportunity. And Clifford goes to work on the offensive end. The drive and the finish.
Easy money. Clifford just slithered his way right to the rack. That first step had some heat on it.
Nick Clifford with 6 points now. He averages nearly 19 a game. 14 minutes to go in the second half of play. Winner gets Santa Clara in tomorrow's championship game.
A little flex action here where there's a baseline screen and then another screen for the screener coming down.
King, 3, wets.
It was patience and getting the extra passes to the other side of the floor.
Iheanacho in a little bit of difficulty. He's calling for some assistance and will head to the bench. I think he might have tweaked an ankle.
We'll take a look right here. There's a pin down and then the skip pass for the triple. Nicely executed. You've got to move the defense. Can't stay on one side. You've got to get to the other side of the basket and force the issue. Nice skip pass for a triple.
Largest lead of the game was 9 for the Huskies, and Clifford wants that pass back.
Just the timing of it. The idea was right, execution not so much, but now you know what you can get.
Huskies led by 9 way back in the first half of play, and now have an opportunity to pad their advantage here with 13 minutes to go in the second half. Court right, saw some daylight. Nice finish.
Very nice, shifty in and out dribble to create his path to the rim for the finish. But it was good spacing, right? We were talking about that. That weak side defense was occupied and couldn't rotate to help.
Williams contained in the paint. Oh, it's a three-point play opportunity the old-fashioned way. Nice job at the rack by Ethan Morton.
Ethan Morton did a great job of sitting down first. Look at him establishing his position with a nice low and strong base in the post. Takes the bump and gets the bucket. A little smooch off the window for good measure.
I like the fist pump too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Some gusto.
He's the grad guard out of transfer. Out of Purdue rather. He transferred from there, spent 4 years with the Boilermakers. Has a season high of 7 points against Denver earlier this season. And now he's got his first 3 of the game today. Little full court pressure from the Rams.
Just trying to slow the pace a little bit, trying to stay disruptive. Washington with this 5-point lead here, trying to take some of that away. There's a double drag screen by Washington, trying to get a slip cut down inside.
Davis directing traffic. Shot clock getting low. Long 3 is good. He knew it when he let it go. Let it fly, DJ, let it fly. "12 minutes to go before the final horn. Bourne can't answer. Nick Clifford with the O board. Triple teamed. And a whistle blows.
Now take a look. Right here, the quick out pass, the DJ. Oh, can you get me 3? And he says, yes, I can.
It's
Look
in
at
my
that.
veins.
That ice water's in there.
Yes.
The whole team playing along.
12 minutes to go here in the half. Washington up by 8. Huskies have made 5 of their last 7 field goals. Rams trying to stay tethered. Bourne, splash.
How about that extra pass for Colorado State?
Maybe I should call that bobblehead.
Right? That's a bobblehead triple.
Right?
Oh, that was a tough one then. A much needed bucket for Colorado State.
Bourne's got 6. Nobody's in double figures for the Rams. But it's death by 1,000 cuts as they keep chipping away at this Huskies lead. Bourne somehow got that ball up and in. A little 5-0 run for the creative bobblehead maker.
It was the deceleration for me.
And with that, Danny Sprinkle wants to talk to his Huskies. It's a 1-possession game because Bourne was born for this. Whether it's at the rim or from 3, he's doing his work for Colorado State. halftime game summary. Christy, what is catching your eye?
Well, it's an 8-6 advantage in paint points for Washington in this half. So the intentionality of getting touches in the paint, the intentionality of connecting the dots in that manner and getting direct line drives to the rack, paying dividends here. Let's see if they can continue to hold this three-point lead because of it.
Tyler Harris leads all scorers with 17 points. Great Asabor has 10. Nobody is in double figures for Colorado State, but everybody that has touched the floor has found the bottom of the net.
A lot of double-figure minutes there. And now you see a zone by Colorado State after that timeout, trying to complicate things and trying to take that paint away with that 8-6 advantage after a 24-10 advantage at halftime for Colorado State in there.
Shot clock getting low. Courtright gets it to Asabor. At the free throw line, just to beat the shot clock. That doesn't work for Great, and here come the Rams. Opportunity to tie on this possession, and Christian King picks up the touch foul trying to contain Clifford.
We're going back to that last possession for Washington. Asabor took the shot that Colorado State wanted him to take. Okay, you have to take the shot that you want to take, not the shot that they're giving you. They're going to give you that shot. Take the shot that you want to take, and that's going to be the challenge down the stretch of this game.
10.5 minutes to go here in the second half. The winner meets Santa Clara in tomorrow's championship game. Bourne working hard, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound cleared by Tyler Harris.
Yeah, but Bourne got all the way down into the trenches yet again with the quickness.
He gets downhill in a hurry.
He does. Sticking with the zone is Colorado State.
Nice bounce to King. The flush, he has got 19.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was tough. And they need more buckets like that. That's the shot you want to take. That's the difference.
I'm telling you what, Harris continues to impress, coming off a career-high 27 against Alcorn State, and then that has what has made the difference for Colorado State in this second half, hitting the three. Neat Clifford coming through big time.
And they need him to come alive and get going, and maybe get him more touches or more opportunities and sets to come his way.
Just a one-possession game. The lead is just 2. Asabor at the cup.
As he should be, right there. Followed up that play and put himself in the position to help the team.
Clifford, the hezzy, the pass. Morton spinning and is denied. Terrific defense by Harris, showing off his two-way skills.
How about this play? You see Asabor with the drop off. Oh, and that dunk was just so good. Up hard with it, with the defender right behind him. And then the side step triple. Neat Clifford cashes that one down. And Mom and Dad with the hands in the air. Dad saying, yeah, buddy, yeah. Just like we do. Mommy saying, yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Neat Clifford had a 5-inch growth spurt between his sophomore and junior year in high school where he hit 6'5". So you know Mom and Dad bought a lot of groceries.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. Lord have mercy. I get it.
Off the turnover, the Rams will go back to work.
But that's the kind of continuity Washington needs, right? On the possessions where they were able to score the shots that they want to take.
Washington winning this half 27-21, leading the game by 4, under 9 minutes to go.
Rip screen action.
Clifford leaving it, kicking it back out, late, triple try, wet. And it's a 1-point game just like that. Jalen Lake. And one opportunity is the answer for Asabor.
We'll keep feeding him. Let him go back for a second plate. And right here, the nice block defensively. And then the spray out opportunity for Colorado State. Lake laces it. All net. First bucket getting opportunity from range for the Rams.
And Osibor completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. So Washington has the 4-point lead, a little more than 8 minutes to go in the half.
Well, I feel like the pace and the tempo and the bucket-making momentum has changed for both teams. Now, who's going to lock it down on the defensive end? That's the challenge. Shots are going in now. And who is going to take charge defensively?
Both teams are in the bonus, so it'll be one-on-one opportunities the rest of the way. Clifford steps to the free throw line. Clifford shooting just 53% on the season. Is into double figures. He's got 10. Don't miss the Black Friday deal from Max. Just $2.99 a month for 6 months. Applies to with ads plan only. Offer ends Monday. Terms at max.com. And Clifford gets the roll. That's a shooter's touch.
That was dramatic, but it counted.
That had a Plinko vibe, man. Yeah. 8 minutes to go to determine who will meet Santa Clara in the Acrisure Invitational Championship game. Oh, another missed dunk opportunity for Osibor. That's 2 on the day. Late in the paint. Rebound putback opportunity by Memba was ruined. I hate it when things don't go the way they are intended to go. Oh well. In style in a heavyweight matchup across the pond. Watch England battle the U.S. women's national team Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on TNT and stream on Max. Thank you for sharing part of your Thanksgiving holiday with us here on True TV and Max. What do you think the conversations were in both huddles, Christy, as we have less than 8 minutes to go?
Well, I think you have to get Harris more involved if you're Washington. At halftime, he was 5 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3. And he hasn't gotten a lot of touches. He's 7 of 10 from the floor right now and 4 and 5 from 3. And I just don't think they're finding him offensively. He is a threat who has been highly effective and efficient. And if he doesn't shoot the ball, at least the defense will be drawn to him because of his effectiveness. So that could open up another lane to drive because of it. And then if you're Colorado State, I think you just have to get back to getting your stops and scores. They've been knocking in more threes here in the second half than they did in that first half. They were all paint in that first half, and now they spaced the floor a little bit more. So a great balance.
Rashawn Memba rattles home 1 of 2. And so the lead is just 1 for Washington. Dogs have the ball, up 56-55. Courtright bouncing to great Osibor. Osibor trying to play bully ball, picks it back out. Courtright thought about the 3, elevates and earns a trip to the free throw line.
I thought he was about to catch his body right there at the rim. The way he elevated at the last moment, I think he thought about it. The seas parted and he was like, let me try it. And he got tagged on the way up.
Foul is on Crocker Johnson. He now has 2 personals as Courtright steps to the free throw line. Transfer from Rhode Island. Leaves it short. He was a 2022 MAAC All-Rookie Team member. Also spent 3 seasons at Quinnipiac. Empty possession for UW. Opportunity for Colorado State to take the lead on this possession. And then after missing 2 freebies, Louis picks up the personal.
A total frustration moment right there for Courtright. He was upset with himself and actually yelled out something down here right before reaching in frustration, committing that infraction. You could tell on the coach's face, he knew exactly the same thing.
Zoom Diallo checks in. And it will be Jalen Lake at the free throw line. He rattles home the first one. A reminder, tomorrow, watch an NHL on TNT Thanksgiving Showdown. The Penguins face off against the Bruins. Then the Avalanche and Stars go head-to-head. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on TNT and Max. It's a pair of free throws made by the Rams and a retake of the lead by Colorado State. 7 minutes to go.
They got help side over there. They can't get the lob into to Asabor, who was ready for it. Now they had a turnover.
Off the turnover. Rams relying on Evans. He went airborne with nobody to pass to. Got a little lucky there.
Yes, you do not get airborne if you don't have a sure pass.
Asabor trying to create the steal and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
And you just have to have more defensive discipline than that. You cannot reach in, and I know he leads the Big Ten with 3 steals a game, but you just can't do that. Wait for him to square up and then try to swipe at it, but not when he has his back to you.
Asabor with his second personal, sending Memba back to the free throw line. He just made 2, so he's in rhythm. Memba had 34 games last season with a couple of starts. Originally from Vienna, Austria, just a sophomore, and you get the feel that he's just trying to figure out how good he can be.
Absolutely. Just scratching the surface there.
He splits a pair. The lead is 2 for the Rams. Colorado State trying to make it 4 straight wins against UW.
And Harris hasn't gotten a touch in several possessions for Washington. He's got to get the ball and not to shoot it every time.
Right, Casey Evans tipping the ball out of bounds. It will stay with UW. 9 seconds on the shot clock. There is Harris leading all scorers with 19 points.
I mean, he's shooting 70% from the floor, and he's got to touch it. I mean, his opponents know who he is. They're going to honor that and respect it.
That 3 is a splash from Makai Mason, who's just checked in.
Well, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Come off the bench and star in your role. Nice splash, 3-ball corner pocket on that one.
Nice bounce pass. Casey Evans kicks it out. Crocker Johnson, too strong. Battle for the rebound. Bodies on the floor. And jump ball is called. Possession arrow is pointing at the Huskies.
And several people on the ground in a scrum trying to fight for this possession right here. Who wants it more? That's what it's going to come down to in this game. You got to win the possessions before you win the game. And both teams trying their best on that opportunity.
59-58 is the advantage for Washington as they get the basketball back on the possession arrow. Diallo almost lost the handle. DJ Davis into Asabor. Back to Davis. Logo 3. And Crocker Johnson clears.
And okay, it's not that Colorado State is taking Harris out of the game. It's his own teammates not finding him. They didn't even get the ball to the second side on that last possession, and they're coming up empty.
Crocker Johnson skips it over. Neat Clifford off the bounce, sees the double. Morton. Long 2 wouldn't fall, and Asabor clears. Huskies up by 1. 5 minutes to go.
There he is.
No look to Harris. Ask and you shall receive, Christy. He's got 22.
Thanksgiving. For giving the ball. Thank you for giving him that.
62-58 advantage UW. Neat Clifford clearing. Skips it over to Bourne. Lake. Step back 3. Battle for the rebound, won by Bourne. Morton skips it over to Clifford, who ran out of real estate, out of bounds on the side. It's a little 6-0 run, thanks in large part to Ty Harris.
Well, look at the numbers. Ty Harris, he will be the reason Washington continues their momentum after the break.
For sure, it is Tyler Harris having a day.
Well, Tyler Harris has been incredible. His efficiency has been palpable. He is scoring on all 3 levels. When they find him, he's ready to rise, fire, and pay it off, especially from 3. He's knocked in 5 of them so far in this one.
A career high 5 of 7 shooting from distance, and he is white hot. Remember, he scored a career high 27 in the Huskies' last game against Alcorn State, and he is picking up right where he left off, back into a 20-point game territory here today with the Huskies' trip to the championship game on the line against Colorado State.
He was 8 of 11 in that game and 3 of 5 from 3, so sticking with that hot hand, you got to continue to feed him.
That 3 too strong. Let's find out what's going on with the Rams. Here's Autumn Johnson.
Well, credit to Washington to just moving the ball side to side, getting paint touches and kicking out. We just saw it in that last possession not too long ago, but a missed bucket. Colorado State's huddle right now just saying, hey, we got to move. We look like deer in headlights on rotations. Close out, point your fingers, and get out to your man.
Tyler Harris corralling that rebound as he continues to stuff the stat sheet now with 7 rebounds.
Yeah, you can't hesitate on your defensive rotations going back to what Autumn Johnson just reported on.
Oh, nice finish at the cup by Diallo. He's from my hometown.
Hey.
Tacoma, Washington represents.
Yeah, that was a tough bucket, and they needed it. Right, more paint points in this second half for Washington than they had in the first. So, again, sticking with those high percentage opportunities.
Luke Clifford has to give it up. Jorgensen just loses the handle. And the Huskies in shape here to add to their 6-point lead.
They're looking for isolation, trying to get a high ball screen with Asabor.
Asabor kicking it to the corner. Harris off the bounce baseline. Oh, that was pretty. He's got 24.
Yeah, that space was created with Asabor moving above the foul line area to give that lane line along the baseline for Harris to complete that beautiful play.
What do you want to see from the Rams here? They're running out of time.
I want to see them get some ball screen action or some off ball for Clifford, and he's got to be able to pay it off. And maybe something for Clifford to get downhill on that same action. Come off that weak side stagger, but don't settle for that 3. Just continue to take that cut right into the slot area, which is the middle of the lane.
Rebound number 8 for Harris. 2 minutes to go. Huskies taking their time. DJ Davis to Diallo, who will earn a trip to the free throw line.
You can just feel the momentum changing for Washington. The spacing created by Asabor right there, and Harris can just glide right to the rim and drop that one home with a feathery touch.
It's like somebody told him the Thanksgiving meal was ready. We got to go. The bus is ready.
Yeah, and the second plate is ready in the second half. Fill the second plate up too. Let's go.
Diallo stepping to the free throw line for 2. Want to shout out producer Sean Gerchikoff, director Brent Kristen, technical director Todd Kinsey, the statistician Michael Brenner, our stage manager JR. Everybody has been absolutely fantastic from TNT Sports as we bring you this Acrisure Series tournament here in the Greater Palm Springs area. Can't thank everybody enough for their hard work. It has been amazing.
Yeah, I concur.
Clifford, throw it down. Woo, he can elevate.
Yeah.
Clifford now has 13, but it might not be enough. Still a 2-possession game. There's time if the Rams can dig in on defense and get a turnover.
And that's why I was talking about Clifford needed to get downhill with a weak side cut, and that's what he got on that last play.
Harris can't connect. An opportunity for the Rams. 66-60 is the count advantage. UW, Bourne off the bounce, kicks it out. Jorgensen in the painted area and lost the handle. 2 turnovers late by Jorgensen. And that might prove costly for Colorado State.
Yeah, he just overthought that entire possession there. He had the 3, gave that up with the pump fake, and then took that drive and then thought to pass it, but there was really no passing angle or space for him to complete that play and execute it properly. He had to take that shot.
Coming up next on True TV, St. Mary's and USC. We'll see the USC women again against St. Louis in the conclusion of our triple header tomorrow as we crown a champion and then have a 3rd place game as well. The fun continues. And Nick Clifford has just fouled out. A terrific day at the office for him. He led his team with 13, but just didn't quite have enough.
Yeah, that makes it tough, obviously, with your top scorer and rebounder having to take a seat with those 5 fouls. But
and credit to the Huskies defense. He averages nearly 19 a game, and he was held to just 13 points.
Right, and 10 boards as well. And they did a good job of shoring that statistic as well.
The ball security has been simply smashing for the Huskies here in the second half. Only 2 turnovers. As you take a look at Clifford's numbers. That second free throw too strong by Mason. Less than a minute to go. The advantage is 7, late, right to the rim. You can't let that happen.
Yeah, there's no resistance. The weak side defenders for Washington had their head turned to the basketball. Can't do that.
So Colorado State down 5 and with the basketball when we come back. Courtside here at the Acrisure Center, we have got a barn burner, just 5 points separating Colorado State and UW with less than a minute to go. Alongside Christy Winter-Scott, I'm Cindy Brunson. We're so glad to have you along the way. The Rams have just burned their last time out.
Yes.
UW still has 2.
Right.
What's the strategy the rest of the way?
Well, you've got to get the ball inside if you're Colorado State. You got to move the ball, attack the painted area. They have 34 paint points, but they're also doing a great job on the offensive glass. They have 12 offensive rebounds, so that's a good percentage, and I like that. You got to attack the paint. If you miss it, you're going to have your teammates there to follow it up with a shot. So you got to go with a sure shot. You don't need to start chucking 3s up there, although they have been making their 3s here in the second half, but you don't want to settle. You want to put pressure on the defense. You want to attack the paint, and maybe you can get a 3-point play that way and get some contact made inside.
How about fouling? When do you want that to start?
Not right now.
Okay.
You got to play him straight up here, see if you can get a stop first.
Using the baseline beautifully.
Oh, that's a walk, I thought. Yeah.
You called it.
Oh, man.
The officiating crew heard Coach Christy Winter-Scott.
I try to bite my tongue sometimes, but that was, boy, he had the quick feet right there.
And he had that suitcase
stars
in his hand.
Yeah, dancing with the stars with those quick feet.
Ball out of bounds on the side for the Rams. 2-possession game. Colorado State down just 5. Step back 3 is good.
Prove yourself right. It's not proving me wrong taking the 3, but that was a much-needed bucket. 2
That
points.
was so clutch. All alone is Osibor.
Oh, my God.
And he is going to earn these points at the free throw line as bodies go flying.
Oof. He's going to take his time and try to. He landed really hard. Hopefully he's okay.
So Danny Sprinkle wants the officiating crew to take a look at this. Was it more than a basketball play?
Oh, was he making a play on the basketball? The airborne shooter going up, and I don't know if there was excessive contact there, and I think that could be close, and not because of the high hand, but because of the hand on his back that pulled him around.
Our officiating crew is led by crew chief Bert Smith, Devin White, and Jason Garrettson. The headsets are on, and they are looking at the monitor.
It's that right hand that kind of grabbed his back and spun his body that I think they may upgrade it. But that left hand, I think, was making a play on the ball. That right hand, I don't think so.
Or was the right hand just hanging on for dear life?
See it? Yeah, I think that right hand is going to, they're going to adjudicate that probably to an upgrade.
Bowen Bourne standing 5'11", great Osibor 6'8", and yet Bourne went in there to try to make a play.
Had to. I mean, there's only 38 seconds left. This is a desperation juncture of the game. But you got to play the game legally, right? And right there, he's trying to make a block, trying to make a play on the ball, but that right hand got to the body, and you can even see
the torque,
the reverberation of the pull of his hand. Like, you can't do that. It's a little reckless at the end of it, and excessive in my estimation. We'll see what they deem. Look at that right hand. See, he pulled him back. I don't know. I think it's going to be an upgrade.
Bourne went flying, as did Asabor. Just the first personal foul against Bourne today. Asabor has done a lot of his work at the free throw line, where he is 5 of 8. And of course, all of Husky Nation took a deep breath when he first crashed to the floor.
It looked like he grabbed his right leg a little bit, making no assumptions whatsoever. But he looks like he's working it out over there.
Yes, and we have seen the strength of great Asabor on display all day long. He is great at drawing fouls.
Absolutely.
So he's 5 for 8 at the free throw line, and we're still waiting for word on the adjudication of this foul.
And he's a 54% free throw shooter, so
it is a flagrant one foul against Bourne. You got it right. 2 shots and the basketball for the University of Washington.
But again, the percentage game with the 54% from the line on average coming into this game. That's the correct call.
Yeah, because the Rams have rebounded really well today. A +10 advantage on the glass for Colorado State. No rebounders as Asabor steps to the line for these two. Gets another opportunity. He's got 15 points. Rolls it in for 16. It will be Husky basketball. Remember, Colorado State out of timeouts. UW has 2. 38.1 seconds on the clock. Huskies have the ball in the lead.
Yeah, Asabor now on the bench being examined by the trainer.
Quick whistle as Bourne picks up his second personal foul, sending DJ Davis to the line, who shoots 88% from the stripe.
But you've got to make your free throws, right? I mean, that's a mandatory thing, especially at this juncture.
When it comes to free throwing, the Huskies have some work to do. They have already left 10 points on the stripe today.
Yeah, 8 of 18.
DJ Davis knocks down the first. No surprise there. He's an 88% free thrower. Davis, the senior guard from Moreno Valley, California, transferred in from Butler, and he's just done a lot of the little things well today.
Yeah, he's scrappy, and they need that.
Set make that free throw.
It's still open.
2-possession game. Lake thought about the 3 on the bounce. Nobody's there to protect the rim, but it was a travel.
He didn't get his footsteps organized. His puppies weren't organized on this one. He jabbed with the wrong foot, right? And then now that disrupted his rhythm in terms of his cadence to the rack.
He knew it too. And Washington has the lead by 4.
Kevin! Kevin!
Oh, nice.
Kevin, where are you? Kevin! Hey, what's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash backing for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited. I'm gonna cash back on the gingerbread house.
Ooh, it's got little people inside.
And a snow globe.
Oh, I wish I lived in there.
You know, I can't believe you lost another Kevin.
It's a holiday tradition.
That it is. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
A couple of buckets separating Washington from Colorado State. UW has 1 timeout. Rams have none. They've used them all up. So when should the Rams start fouling? It is crunch time, Christy.
I would say go for the steal first.
Okay.
I'm not going to, in the huddle, I'm not going to say, hey, we're fouling right away. I'm going to say, hey, try for a steal first. And then also, look at the jump ball situation. Can you go in and try to get the jump ball? Is that going to help you? There are a lot of different things, and they're blitzing and rotating, and now Washington is under duress, and they almost got that steal. And they're trying for the steal. I appreciate that.
Bailed out.
But I appreciate that first. You don't just settle for fouling right there, right? They were aggressive. They trapped that entry pass and then rotated hard out of it to the middle and almost got a piece of it.
So Makai Mason steps to the free throw line, the junior guard from Gilbert, Arizona, just 41% at the stripe, but he sinks the first one.
Well, coaches know they have a litany of percentages on who to foul and when. 42% shooter from the line in Mason. That was the proper person to foul. If they pay it off, it is what it is. You take your chances on those percentages.
Huskies now 11 for 22 from the stripe, and the lead is 6. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds to go. 3 on the way by Lake, misses everything. Rebound by the Dogs, and a quick foul. Great Osibor is watching from the bench. He's on his feet, cheering on the efforts of his teammates. And the Huskies hope he will be available tomorrow, because it looks like the Dogs are headed to the championship game to take on Santa Clara. Mason back to the stripe. I think I'm going to check these free throw stats for him, because he doesn't look like a 42% free thrower.
No, I just heard a youngster say, hey, your shoe's untied.
He is unfazed.
Yeah, didn't matter. 4 in a row for Mason.
7 points for him on the day to close it out. Evans reversing beautifully. A quick deuce, but it might be too little too late. Ball is poked out of bounds, and it belongs to Washington.
It looked like it went off his knee. But Washington will retain the possession.
Yeah, official called it real quick, trusting his eyeballs. Harris looking to get it in. Asked for a timeout because of the good Rams defense clogging things up. So that's the last timeout that the Huskies have. Grab a snack and come on back.
Safe Flight Repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
Safe Flight Replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Have a good day. I love you.
SafeLight makes it easy. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe Flight Repair. Safe Flight Replace.
Welcome back. No field goals in the last 2.5 minutes for the Huskies, but a ton of free throws for the Rams. They have made 4 of their last 6 shots. What do you expect to see out of Colorado State here?
Well, both teams are out of timeout, so I like what they did last time. Colorado State got up and blitzed, double-teamed, and rotated out of it, trying to get a quick steal score opportunity in the backcourt, closest to their basket.
There's
I would
only
say they've got to do that.
There's only 3.9 seconds. So even if they may not have enough time to equalize, they have enough time to have a teaching moment and use and put something in their toolbox for down the road.
Right, it's a time and score situational opportunity to learn, but it's got to be with the quickness. It's got to be an immediate. It's got to be an immediate foul right here if you don't get the steal.
And great Osibor is back on the floor with his Huskies. He is one of the best passers that the Huskies have, and it'll be Iheanacho inbounding.
They're probably going to screen for him and send him long. And there he goes. Yep.
Iheanacho.
Oh, whose ball is that? Oh,
it will belong to Colorado State. Huskies getting ready to D up, and this is good if it goes. It does not, and that is how this one ends. Washington bouncing Colorado State for the first time in 4 tries, winning 73-67. The Huskies improved to 5-1 overall, and the Dogs will put their 5-game win streak on the line in the Acrisure Invitational Championship game tomorrow against Santa Clara. What's your big takeaway from this one, Christy?
My big takeaway was the difference in the paint points for Washington in the second half. They outscored Colorado State 18-12 in the paint in the second half, after being almost doubled up in that first half. So for me, it's going to be the intentionality and the discipline to get the ball inside, and also to shore up the defense on the interior in the paint on the other end. So they took the paint away from Colorado State, and then they went down there and attacked the cup and finished. So that was the X factor. A +4 in paint points in the second half got them this win.
You can't say enough about the efforts of one Tyler Harris as well. Flirted with his career high with the 24 points, set a career high with 5 made 3-pointers on 5 of 8 shooting from 3, and he is standing by with Autumn Johnson and coach Danny Sprinkle. Autumn, take it away.
Well, Tyler, you had a career high with 24 points, 5 for 8 from deep. How did the ball feel coming off your fingertips today?
I felt good ever since the first shot. First one dropped, I knew the rest were going to drop after that.
And coach, I mean, just the turnaround coming out of the locker room, you guys were able to get good ball movement, some inside touches. What did you like about the in-game adjustments you guys were able to make?
It was. I mean, the biggest in-game adjustment was us just being aggressive, and we got some shots to fall. You know, the players did it. You know, give them credit, man. The second half, I thought they played terrific, and we played with a different, urgency in the second half.
A lot of urgency for sure. You guys came in and attacked, but how do you take on this and build going into the championship game tomorrow?
We just got to do everything we did, limit the turnovers. We had a couple in the first half, but just get back at it tomorrow.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, Coach. Thanks.
Congratulations to the Washington Huskies. They will meet Santa Clara, the Broncos, in the championship game. And then we'll also have TCU against Colorado State in the 3rd place game. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching the Acrisure Series, Acrisure Invitational with us. For my partner, Christy Winter-Scott, Autumn Johnson, I am Cindy Brunson, hoping that you had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday, and we hope to see you back with us tomorrow on True TV.